Here's an update on my JS22 short scale project. If you saw my earlier video, I bought a Jackson JS22 natural wood finish arch top guitar. I reviewed that guitar for 160 bucks. It's pretty amazing, and a few things about it not completely happy about, so I decided to do a project with this guitar. One thing I wanted for sure was to have a short scale guitar. It's a little difficult to find a good short scale guitar these days. The vintage ones quite expensive, and the Jackson Minions didn't really look quite like what I wanted, so decided to do it myself. Here's the Minion neck that I bought it off of eBay, less than 80 bucks delivered. Bought a Stuart McDonald overwound humbucker. I bought an acoustic guitar bridge and a Telecaster bridge. So first thing I did was to measure the heel width of the two guitar necks, make sure they're the same. Hopefully I didn't have to make any modification to the heel pocket in the guitar body. And in this case, they are both almost exactly identical, probably within measurement error. So in fact, these have the same heel. Side by side, you can see that the original neck, 25.5 inch scale length, and then the Minion neck, which is 22.5 inch scale length. So pretty noticeable difference. And I actually think it looks better without the white binding on it. So I think aesthetically, I like the Minion neck a little bit better. So that's nice. Unexpected bonus. Here's the heel pocket and the guitar body, of course, and I just made note that this is where they drilled a hole to accommodate the wiring for the neck pickup in the guitar. Kind of a clever way to do it. And so here I am setting up the acoustic guitar bridge so that I can measure the correct spot for the intonation of the shorter scale neck. It's slightly in advance of the standard location by about 3/4 of an inch. I wanted to actually test it before I made any permanent changes to the guitar, make sure that I was correct in my calculations. And this is 20 millimeters, which is about 0.8 inches, so it's essentially the same. So it all worked out. Things were looking pretty good at this point. You can see that there's a slight gap at the back of the neck. I actually didn't check to see if the original full scale length neck has that gap or not. But anyways, that's not ideal. Stuff can get caught in there, accumulate over time. So anyways, I'll probably leave it as is for now. Perhaps I'll seal it up or do something about it later on. So here I've removed the tremolo bridge and the mounting ring for the humbucker. With painter's tape, I marked the location that I had tested with the acoustic guitar bridge, so I knew approximately where the saddles for the new bridge will need to be located. And this is why you can see now why I chose the Telecaster style bridge, because it's going to cover up some of the what's left behind from the original hardware. And so here I am test fitting the bridge. Just strung the two outside strings, check on alignment, and just to see how things were going to fit up. Here's the back of the guitar with the tremolo removed. And here's what it looked like when I put it all together. I haven't set intonation, so it's probably a bit off, but it's at least in a playable state here. And it's actually quite nice. I'm quite pleased with it. You can see again the tremolo, and I just drilled holes to accommodate the strings. I'll be adding some wood here and adding some metal string anchors so that I'll have a bit better of a a situation here for stringing the guitar and keeping it in tune. You can notice back behind the bridge there is that void where the tremolo used to be, so I'll have to do some filling there as well. So there's definitely some woodworking left to do. Also, I was just using a chisel to take out this extra material where the position of the humbucker is now, which is forward of where it was before. So I had to do some wood removal there, and this wood, this NATO wood, it's quite hard and dense. It takes a nice, it cuts nice, but it's pretty difficult with hand tools. If you're routing or using some type of powered tool, it's really nice to work with, but it's pretty rough with hand tools, to be honest. So I have to clean that stuff up, fill in some voids. And since it's a short scale guitar, I have quite a considerable extra length of guitar string there. Of course, I gave it a haircut after this, but I thought it was kind of funny to see how much extra length there actually was. I used some heavier gauge strings than I would normally use. They were laying around 11 gauge to 50 gauge. 50 gauge feels pretty good. The tension on the strings is a little bit less than a standard guitar scale length. Not a lot, but slightly noticeable. So this feels pretty good. The 11 on the high end, though, definitely feels like playing a cheese grater. So that will change. I have much more work to do on this guitar, and hopefully you'll be with me to see that in future updates.